So you're thinking about moving to Dallas, Texas, and you want to know exactly how much it's going to cost you to live here. And that's exactly what I will be discussing in this video today. So make sure you stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. And I'm going to be getting to it right after this. What's going on, everyone? This is your boy, Dre the Realtor, living it up in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. And if this is your first time watching my channel, you want to know everything there is to know about living in the DFW, then make sure you hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon next to it to be the first to know when I upload a new video. So after living in Texas for almost a year now, it is definitely true what they say. Everything is truly bigger and better in the state of Texas, especially in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. The economy is booming here. There's a ton of big name companies that are packing up and relocating to the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. And also there's a lot of job opportunities out there for you. And on top of that, the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex is home to some of the best school districts in the state of Texas. And that's just the icing on the cake. The reason why you truly want to move to the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex is because it is so affordable to live here. So now that I got you interested, let's talk about the cost of living in Dallas. On the overall index, we sit about 1% above the national U.S. average. For the most part, Dallas is below the national U.S. average in areas such as healthcare, housing, and groceries. But because the cost of transportation is so high here, we are sitting slightly above the national U.S. average. And I'm definitely going to be talking about that a little bit more in detail later on in this video. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is housing. And that's going to be one of your largest monthly expenses. So according to Realtor.com, the median price of a home in Dallas County is about $320,000 and about $165 per square foot. So if you were looking at a 1,600 square foot house at about $165 per square foot, it's going to cost you about $264,000. And I just want to let you guys know that's just a median price. Not all houses in Dallas County is going to cost $320,000. Some may be a lot lower and some may be a lot more. It's just a median price across the board. So boom, we just talked about buying a house in Dallas. Let's talk about how much it's going to cost you to rent in Dallas, Texas. So the good thing about living in Dallas is that there is so many options that you can choose from for renting in Dallas, Texas. We have large apartment complexes, we have mid-rises, we have high-rises, we have condos, we have single-family homes. We also have townhouses. The average cost of a studio apartment in Dallas, Texas is going to be about $847. If you were going to be renting a one-bedroom apartment in Dallas, it's going to be about $1,000. And then if you were going to be renting a two-bedroom apartment, townhome, or condo, it's going to be about $1,200. And then for your three-bedroom and four-bedroom, it can range anywhere from $1,600 to $2,100 a month. So that's just another thing to keep in mind before you consider moving to Dallas. So now that we talked about housing, let's talk about taxes. So one of the great things about living in the state of Texas is that they don't take state income taxes out of your paycheck. And that could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. And this could be a good thing because you can spend a little bit more of your hard-earned money, but they do get you where it hurts and it can definitely affect your monthly household budget. So you may want to keep that in mind. So one of the areas where they get you is the higher sales tax, which you probably won't feel it that much. The sales tax rate here is 8.25%. And what that basically means is that every $100 that you spend, $8.25 is going to be going to sales tax. But where you're really going to feel it the most is in the property taxes. The property tax rates here are crazy. The average property tax rate here in Dallas County is 2.19%, which can have a tremendous impact on your monthly budget. So if you were looking to buy a $320,000 house and you multiply that by the tax rate, you're going to end up with $7,000 a year. And if you divide that by 12, you're going to be looking at about $584 a month. That is $600 to your monthly housing budget. And that can truly make a tremendous difference on the price range of houses that you're going to be looking at. So now that we talked about housing, let's talk about other things like utilities, transportation, food and groceries and all of that good stuff. So your average utility bill is going to be about $180 a month. And that's including everything such as electricity, heating, cooling, water, and garbage. But keep in mind, Texas has some really hot summers here. So the electricity bill may be slightly higher in the summertime, especially if you're going to be running AC all the time, which majority of the people does here. And if you were looking for internet, the average internet bill is going to be about $64 a month. Now, as far as transportation goes, the DFW Metroplex is so large and spread out that majority of the commuters would rather drive their car than take public transportation. And gas is so cheap here. The median price of gas in Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex is going to be about $2.15 per gallon of gas. Now, if you were thinking about taking public transportation, it definitely can be a little bit pricey. As I said earlier, the cost of transportation in the DFW is about 17% higher than the national average. It's going to cost you about $6 a day for a local pass and $12 a day for a regional pass. And if you were thinking about getting a monthly pass, it's going to cost you about $96 for a local pass and $192 for a regional pass. Now let's talk about food, one of my favorite subjects. The food in the DFW is so amazing. There's so many different options that you can choose from. They have Tex-Mex, they have barbecue, and they also have Louisiana-style Cajun food. So there's so many options that you can choose from. The average cost of a meal at an inexpensive restaurant is going to run you about $26 for a couple and about $13 per person. And if you were getting a 3-course meal at a mid-range restaurant, it's going to cost you about $50 for a couple, and that's including appetizers, your drinks, and your main entree. All right, so we know how much it's going to cost you to eat out, but how much are your groceries going to cost you? So one of the great things about living in the DFW is that there's a wide variety of grocery stores that you can choose from. We have Albertsons, we have Walmart, we have Target, we have Winco, and we also have H-E-B, that is a grocery store that is native to Texas. So just speaking from my experience, me and my wife, we only spend about $35 a week for the two of us, which is about $140 a month. But the average person will spend about $9 a day on groceries, which averages out to $240 a month. And that sums up the cost of living in Dallas. If you're thinking about moving to the DFW anytime soon, feel free to reach out to me. You can call me, you can text me, or you can shoot me an email, or you can just drop a comment. Whatever way you choose to contact me, I'll be happy to assist you in any way that I know how. That's all I have for you today, and I'll catch you on the next one.